What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Dark Web X-Men issue number 3, with this being the final issue of the X-Men tie-ins that are connecting to Dark Web. We had last left off with our heroes in limbo, Madeline Pryor gathering them together, capturing both Cyclops and Havoc, trying to manipulate Jean Grey into giving over these memories. But when Jean Grey comes out of this, slapping the heck out of Madeline Pryor, that is when the real fun begins. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we pick up with this issue, we have Forge. He is currently outside of the treehouse. He is quickly recognized that none of these possess things, from trash cans to stoplights, not a single one of them will attack the treehouse. This gives Forge the idea. With him pulling out a flute and he begins to play it, we see the vines of Krakoa, they follow him. He pushes it out towards the city, and all of the possessed objects, they will not come near it. They fear the Goblin Queen. Knowing that this is part of Krakoa, the only thing they can do is retreat. But as we jump back down to Limbo, we get a really quick recap of what has been going on for Madeline Pryor. All of this started when Sinister created the clone of Jean Grey, called her Maddie Pryor, all in the purpose of falling in love with Cyclops. That way they may have a very interesting child. That child had been born into the world, the one we know as Cable. But when the real Jean Grey had returned, for a short time before Cable had been sent away to the future, the trio was happy. But with Madeline Pryor now sitting upon the throne in Limbo, she desires the memories of those days, the ones where Jean Grey had lived in her stead. Jumping us right into the fight, we see Jean Grey versus Madeline Pryor, the two of them fighting over the Cerebro Drive. Jean Grey is trying to figure out what Madeline wants that is on this drive. As the two of them tussle over it, we see the drive is shattered, breaking into tons of little pieces. Jean Grey is able to feel Maddie's despair. Tired of the games, tired of the tricks, tired of all the illusions. She breaks free of it, letting Maddie know that she regrets not doing this before, trying to let her know that it doesn't have to end badly. All she wants is Maddie to stand down. But Pryor keeps throwing blows. She keeps attacking, using demons to grab hold of Jean Grey. At this point, Jean is just livid. We see her explode with power, but she's not out here trying to use those powers on Maddie. In fact, she goes up to her, she close fist punch her right in the mouth. And while both of these women, they roughly have the same mutant gift, they just use it in different manners. Maddie would probably do very well on a Rocco, but at the end of the day, there is only one Jean Grey, knocking Maddie clear across the room. Waking up Magic, Jean Grey lets her know that she is going to download everything that has happened, everything that is going on, with Maddie getting up, grabbing boulders, ready to smash them to pieces. Jean stops the boulders and lets it be known that she is surrendering, that Magic can go back to the rest of the X-Men, but Jean is going to handle this situation. Jean is surrendering because she told Maddie that she wanted to heal their wounds. Maddie was too busy throwing rocks to fully understand what is about to happen. Jean Grey is more than willing to give these memories over. Only now does Jean Grey fully understand that the memories she was after, they are all of Nathan before he left. And so Jean transfers all of these memories over. Every single one that she has. Madeline Pryor about ready to burst into tears, not believing that she would so willingly give these memories over. But Jean Grey lets her know that just because she gives the memories to her doesn't mean that she also loses the memories. words, with Jean letting her know that they may not have been with Cable long, that mutants can grow up fast, especially the Summers family. But right now, the world is still burning. New York needs the X-Men, telling Maddie to say the words. She says, "To me, my X-Men." That is where we see Cyclops and Havoc running into the room with a bunch of puppies. With Havoc coming into the room, he lets Maddie know he meant what he said before, that the X-Men team, it doesn't need him. That doesn't mean that he's not an X-Men. He is going to serve. He is going to figure out exactly where his place is. That his family is stuck with him. He will always be an X-Men, at least on his own terms. With the rest of the X-Men team showing up on site. When they ask what they had missed, Maddie lets it be known that what they missed is her learning what the X-Men really are about. What it means to be one of them. Magic had put her faith in Madeline Pryor. Maddie let her down. She apologizes for this, but now she wants to make amends. Now they are going to go up to New York City. They are going to clean up their mess. And a new era for Madeline Pryor and Havoc is about to begin. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I kind of feel like it's a little bit silly. Now, I've been sitting on this comic for probably 2 days since I read it, and I've been thinking about how they wrote it, because this entire event has been built around the idea that Madeline Pryor needed to get something. We find out that it was the Cerebro Drive, that she wanted some kind of memories. We are now learning that those memories were of Nathan, of Jean Grey's time of being a mother. She wanted to have these so she could cherish them. The son that she never got to raise. The son that was taken away to the future. All in all, it's not a bad story. My problem with it is really the execution. Madeline Pryor could have at any time simply asked Jean Grey. She could have had a conversation. Now, we could attribute this to her having all of this trauma, always being betrayed, the Summers family as a whole turning their back on her. And so because of that, she didn't trust them, but she never even tried. Not a single conversation about maybe getting these memories. I also find it weird that she has the same powers as Jean Grey, but she didn't understand that she didn't have to take these memories, that they could willingly be given and Jean Grey would still have her memories. And so what it looks like is it really comes down just a failure of communication and a huge misunderstanding. Madeline Pryor using excessive force, going too far too quickly without just having a talk. And like I said, this can easily be attributed to all the trauma and all the BS that she has endured from mutant kind as a whole. That she was so untrusting of them that she couldn't even have a conversation. But even with all of that being said, Chasm is still out there and he is actively working against everybody. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with Dark Web, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is gonna get you completely caught up on everything going on with this event. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.